this is Seema and I am back with a new lesson on 10 very interesting phrasal verbs. Well, this seems to be a very common chapter. However, this chapter is quite interesting because I've got totally new phrasal verbs for you. Now, what is a phrasal verb? A phrasal verb is basically a verb used along with a preposition, like up, out, on, and so on. So, phrasal verbs are very interesting expressions when you combine a verb and a preposition together. So let's have a look at a few of them, okay? The first one is to beef up. Well, the word beef, okay, what does it bring to mind? If you are a non-vegetarian, if you have beef, beef comes from a buffalo. So when we're talking about beef up, we're talking about something that is really strong. So when I say beef up, I mean that I want to make something stronger or increase the value of something or increase the number of something. So I can say something like, the stadium beefed up their security for the final match. Or John goes to the gym to beef up, so he tries to increase his muscles, okay? Our next expression is bristle at. Okay, another very important verb used with a very common preposition, which is at. Now, the word bristle at, okay, where does it come from? Now, bristle is basically a sound that mostly animals like cats and dogs make. So, you know, when a cat or a dog faces a threat of some kind, their fur stands and they make this hissing sound, a very, a hissing sound which shows that they are annoyed. Okay, I can't make that sound, so I won't even try. But bristle at therefore means to express anger, like a sudden anger, you know. So if somebody asks you a stupid question, you bristle at them. Okay, so I can say that when my dad arrived late at the airport to pick me up, I bristled at him because I was very angry. Okay, so bristling at is basically expressing your sudden annoyance or your sudden anger. And our next expression is the word clam, which is a verb, of course, used with the preposition up. Now, where does this expression come from? If you see a clam is, it's more like a shell. These shell-like creatures that live underwater. If you try to open a clam once it's closed, you can't open it because it's really hard to open up a clam. So clam up basically comes from this animal or this shell-like creature that lives underwater, which actually means that you refuse to say anything. So basically, you are like a clam. Once you're shut, you can't open up. We can't get any information off you. So I can say something like, the superstar clammed up when he was interrogated or questioned about his personal life. So you're talking and all of a sudden, you just clam up and nobody can just, get you to open up at all. Okay, our next phrasal verb is the word size up. Now, size up is basically used when we are talking about evaluating or making a judgment based on someone's physical appearance. So if I'm like really strong, you won't want to pick a fight with me because you've sized me up. You've evaluated me based on my physical appearance, right? So, animals, especially in jungles, when they meet another animal or they just come across another animal, they size them up. They evaluate them based on their appearance and then decide if they've got to fight with them or not. So the same goes for human beings, When you have a boxing match, before you are in for a fight, you will size up your opponent, which means you will evaluate your opponent based on his or her appearance, okay? And the next phrasal verb is to crow about. Now, this seems to be a very, simple expression because we all know what a crow is. The bird who's really annoying, it goes cow, cow. I hate crows, Now, crow about. A crow, when it makes that kind of a sound, it gets very annoying, doesn't it? So, when I'm talking about the expression crow and bring it together with the preposition about, I basically mean that someone is bragging or to brag arrogantly, which of course is very annoying. So when somebody brags arrogantly, you call that